Independence anniversary in Abuja yesterday, and the president frowned at the way and manner the social media was being misused to provoke passions and stir tensions. He said it was an abuse of the new technologies. According to the president, all well-meaning citizens must learn how to use modern technologies for the general good of the nation. We talked briefly about this issue yesterday, but we weren't able to do it comprehensively. So today, let's look at how social media really, has worked against, especially this administration. We'll start with you, Mr. Shopito.
I really think that the president should stop preaching to people about what they should and should not do. Yeah, he can appeal, but the truth of the matter is that there is nothing you can do. Social media has a life of its own. The moment you attempt to regulate it in any manner or guise, then you will be accused of clamping down. Given his background as a military dictator, he shouldn't even be looking in that direction. What I would expect from him and from his administration is for them to, for every fake news, counter it with the reality.
Okay.
For every propaganda that you think is directing minds in the wrong direction, you have National Orientation Agency. You've got the Minister of Information. You've got your retinue of spokespeople. You have the power. You are the federal government, for God's sake. Your voice should be the loudest on social media, and that unfortunately has never been the case. From the day that they came into governance in 2015 till today, one of the biggest failings of this administration has been information management. They failed woefully in that. I don't know why, with due regards to him, the Honorable Minister of Information is still in office. Should have been fired. Because as far as I'm concerned, he's failed. So I'm saying that the president should stop telling us how to use social media. We will use social media as we please, as long as we don't break the law. It's up to him to use it well, to his own advantage, and to put out the narrative he wants the country to follow out there.
I get that, but having said that though, social media and the dissemination of news, instantly seems to be like a cause of worry or concern for major world leaders today. Of course, with all the talk around fake news and all of that. So, Chuks, do you think like that the president is really off course, in talking about this in his public address?
I think personally, I have a personal view about this. And like my colleague here said, you can't really decide how people manage their social media space. It's something that's going to be very difficult. Except you are going to do like China and shut down everything. Then you shut down. Then you wait for the backlash that will come from.
Okay.
But I think also part of what he raised is that I don't like this idea of that people are putting out fake information. You also have access to that same space. When people put what is wrong, put the right thing. Let Nigerians know. Counter it with evidence. Let me tell you what happened yesterday. I saw a post by the spokesperson to the president, Additional. And he put up a post where announcing that the president had gone to see the pilots that had accident.
Yeah.
He put out a post, and there's a very long post, and I was looking to see a picture of Mr. President looking at those people. No. And I said, look, single picture of Buhari in the hospital tells the story more than this episode you are writing. So I think they also need to understand, you sometimes you sit up there and you feel you know what you're doing. No, you need to come down and understand what people are talking about. This morning, a picture of a campaign vehicle of Imo State candidate or aspirant APC, that's the governor's in-law. They just posted a picture of the campaign bus burning. No word, nothing. So they need to be schooled in the realities of this social media, how to go about it. You need to match. If somebody puts something that is fake, it is your job to say, no, this is not true. This is it. Public, check this. The person won't try it again.
Okay.
But when you keep quiet and then you have all the channels to do that and you're not doing that, look.
All right, Mr. Jojaye, just give me a second before you continue. One of our viewers just sent this one in and said, please come down to Onigbombo and see what the police are doing to us as an APC member. Odibongo is just behind us here.
How
For
do
those
we
in
compare?
authorities, let's go check it out and see what's going on. Go ahead. Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
for me, what President Muhammadu Buhari, the implication of what he said in his independence broadcast is that, look, we are afraid, we are jilted, you people should stop talking, you know. That's what they are doing. Have they forgotten how they got to power?
It was the same social media.
The same social media.
The same social
The
media.
same social media. You see, the fact is this. If Muhammadu Buhari's government have done well, if they have succeeded, they will not be afraid of social media. Any fake news will be seen as fake because we will know. Now, the government has failed in all indices of development. Now they are afraid of the people. We don't want us to talk. Muhammadu Buhari asked for, at the point he sought a presidential power, emergency powers. You know, he even talked about the interest of the state above the law. I hope that he does not go ahead and try anything, because this country will not take it. We drove out the military from power. We were able to drive away a dictator also from power. So, if he's afraid of the people, let February 2019, he cannot escape that date. If he's running for presidency, he cannot escape it. There's no way he can clamp down on social media. He's wasting his time. He should face insecurity. Nobody is secure again in this country. The economy is down. He has a lot of things to worry, to think about. He's not talking about all those ones. He's talking about social media. He's jobless. The president is jobless.
That's your president you're talking
He is jobless.
Okay.
He's jobless.
He's entitled to his opinion.
You're entitled, exactly. Yeah, you're entitled to your own opinion.
Jobless.
But then social media is big news. It's a big issue. The world.
No, but let me
the whole world over
just a
right
minute,
now.
because I was
Yeah.
telling somebody, I said, we need to be very careful with social media. I'm telling you, in years to come, it's going to be difficult to conduct proper research basing on social media information.
True.
All right.
You are going to come up with a result that does not fit anywhere. I've seen a situation whereby there's a killing and they say hundreds of people killed, and you go there are 7. So if I'm doing a research on the killings in Nigeria, I'm going to take 100. Meanwhile, it's 7. So you begin to put statistics that does not work. And you know, right now, a lot of people based in looking for information, just go on Google. And Google will give you whatever anybody puts out is there. So we need to be very careful also around that.
If there is a report that 100 people are dead, there are places in which you can cross-check. You are a journalist. There are places in which you can cross-check.
We don't
You
talk,
understand?
you are talking from an informed, you are not from an
Yeah.
informed.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm talking about you are conducting a research. You go and check. Maybe you go to the hospitals. How many people
No, I think
was
most of
brought
the
here?
people-
Or you go to the police.
Most
You
of
go to the emergency
people-
service.
most of the
You can
people-
cross-check all this
Most of the
information.
people that put this information are bloggers. They are supposedly media people.
Yes.
Unconfirmed report, and we
Yes.
know how these reports go.
Yes.
If I want anything out today, I'll put
Yeah.
it down. Whether it's true or false, it will go.
And I think
That's what we're talking
and I
about.
think
But
that's
if
where,
you are talking about
sorry, Mr.
anyway,
Let's
let's.
listen to Mr. Shah.
And I think that's where the other flip side, because there's always a flip side to every coin.
Yes.
And I think that's the flip side of what the president is saying. I
Yes.
think people also should be cautioned. Because
Yeah.
we're not saying,
It is not true. Why put
too
it
much
out?
false information is being deliberately put out
Put
there.
out there,
And I
yeah.
think people do need to be cautioned so
Yeah.
that we don't burn up the country unnecessarily.
All this ranking that you hear Nigeria is ranking, they don't come here to rank you. Most times
Yeah.
you just go
And
online
it's
and check what is put
sometimes
online by
based on-
Okay.
And like, for example, Transparency International, we are ranked. Corruption has increased under Muhammadu Buhari. We are saying it's through social media. You see, there are indices. In all parameters of development, Nigeria is down.
Well,
Nigeria has become the poorest of the poor nations.
You've also been
You
able,
understand?
we've also been able to send 2
But you know
governors
that's,
to jail.
that's factually
That's
incorrect.
We've been able to send 2 former governors to jail 14 years.
That's factually
That's
incorrect.
a-
Nigeria is not
And what's his name? Obasanjo during his time,
Yes, sir.
he removed a serving Inspector General of
I
Police
think
and sent him to jail.
Was
and
it
sent him to
prosecuted?
jail.
You
He
want
was
to make a
prosecuted.
correction?
Yes, he was
Sorry.
prosecuted. He went
You want to
out.
make a correction?
I think we
Yes.
need to be careful because we're on TV.
Yes.
Nobody
About
has
what?
declared Nigeria as being the poorest of the poor. What they've said is that the
The
largest
people.
number of poor
People.
people, extremely poor people in
Yes.
particular,
Yes.
are in Nigeria.
Eh, that's what we are
They're
saying.
two
It's
different
the
things.
same
thing. No, they are
they're
not
two
the
different
same.
things. Please, let's not.
All right,
It's
viewers
something-
are reacted. Buhari didn't complain when social media was used to win him votes. as the president, but now he's complaining because of his failures. Ebenezer Akiriade from Ikorodu sent that one in. It's social media that President Buhari used to defeat Jonathan. Why is he complaining?
Exactly.
All right.
We all made that point.
It's true.
All of us agree on that point.
All right, this another one says, why would Buhari be against social media while social media helped him against Jonathan in 2015? Pastor Edwin Wofipa sent that one in. More and more feedbacks are still coming in on Ambode's story. This one says, please ask that man by your side to ride on. I love him. All right, Mr. Droge. That's a first. People usually knock you, but this one is actually, wow. All right. If APC fail to present Ambode for second term, they would definitely lose Lagos State to
Whichever
PDP.
way, they have a problem.
Good afternoon. What people are using social media to create is very displeasing. They announce results of elections before the election umpires announce. Sir, with the way you are attacking APC and its government, it's very bad though. Take for instance, they have posted the winner of Lagos primaries now, Azuka from Aboru.
There was a day I was on social media and somebody during the Osun election, and somebody that I respect posted an end result. And I said, look, you are not permitted to do this.
The process is still ongoing.
INEC has not done it. It's against the law.
Even a sitting-
if they take you up, you will go to jail.
A
So
sitting
it's not-
governor in Ekiti went to state broadcast station to announce
announce
a
a
result
result
of an election that was
that was
ongoing.
still
What was
ongoing.
ongoing? So we know that these things are not supposed to be done. It's not everything that is dumped on social media that is believed. You do, as somebody said here, if they dump something that is false, drop something that
Definitely,
is true.
you need to match
but
it up.
you see, the problem is when you, as government, that have always lied to the people, now drop your own truth. Who will believe you?
Okay. All right. The APC used social media to the fullest to get into power. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. ID from Ikota. PMB is just playing with Nigeria's intelligence. What is farmers and herdsmen clash when the herdsmen and bandits are terrorists? Sonny from Ojodu. I don't know. This one is way off point. It's not what we're discussing right now. Anyways, we have one more topic. Let's quickly look at that. Labour suspends strike. The organized labor has suspended the ongoing. Was there an ongoing strike? Because I just
Yes.
feel
There was a strike.
there
It's
was.
a warning strike.
Okay, on Sunday. Anyways, they suspended it on Sunday.
They started on Thursday.
Yeah. According to the national president of the NLC, Ayuba Waba, he announced the suspension of the strike while briefing journalists in Abuja. And he said that they've gotten firm commitments from the government that the tripartite committee of the minimum wage committee reconvenes on October the 4th, which is on Thursday. Do we see anything positive really coming out of this?
Look, these are trappings of a government that is not serious. Labour did not have to go on that strike. We cannot quantify how much Nigeria lost. They are not managing the process. They are dribbling Labour. Labour had to resort. The last thing that Labour does is to go on strike. And Labour now insists that, look, we want that tripartite meeting. We want it back. And that's why they went on until they got the assurance that that meeting is going to be reconvened. That's why they called off the strike. Why did they not get that assurance in the first place? Why? I think Labour should gird his loins. This government is just playing with them. They are not going to get that. How many months to election? They will just dribble them until election time. They are not going to get it.
Let's just be realistic. When I discuss the issue of governance, I try to be very realistic. If you go into the issues of labor and all this minimum wage, dates back to some issues from Yaradua to Obasanjo to Jonathan, some promises that were never kept. You will find promises made in 2014, 2012, 2008. The issues still hanging. When you keep leaving issues like that, you are making everything difficult. Go and look at some of the issues the labor are raising. Some of them were not even within this government. Some of them were things that are supposed to have been done many years ago. It's a governance problem. But the thing is that why I'm saying let's be realistic, that we're just coming out of recession. Everybody knows there's no money anywhere. But the people need to have the trust of the government. You need to speak to the people the way they understand. If they have that trust, they won't go on strike. You need to speak to them. Look, this is the reality. We understand your situation. But when people feel you are playing them around, that's where some of these issues come up. And I think we have a lot of bad drivers in government. A lot of people handling sensitive issues that either they don't understand or they just don't understand how to manage human relationship. That's part of the issues of this government. Not like they don't have good ideas, but sometimes in trying to implement, you begin to see some bad drivers driving into potholes and all kinds of things. Again. So that's why I'm saying it's unnecessary. I'm sure even the Labour, before they went on that strike, they knew, because Monday, public holiday, so they went on strike on Thursday. They were only out of work Thursday, then Monday, Tuesday, they are back. So I think, let's be real, there's no money anywhere. Okay. But also, before we talk about this minimum wage, let's also ask ourselves, this is a government where, before this government took over, how many states were able to pay salaries? The states were bailed out, about 24 of them had to go for bailouts. And this is the same state that we'll be talking about increments. So there are issues.
I don't agree that there is no money. I don't agree. There's too much money, as a matter of fact.
You are borrowing.
We are borrowing 22
You
trillion.
don't borrow for recurrent.
No.
So let us make money.
What I'm saying is this. You have the National Assembly still earning 1/3 of our national income yearly. How many are they together? How many?
These are the same people Nigerians are clapping for. So these are the issues.
When you say there is money. You only have to do some bold reversals. The money the senators they are earning too much money. We are talking about recession. Did the recession affect them? Did the recession affect Buhari? Did the recession affect the ministers? Did the recession affect the governors? Did it affect the National Assembly members? It didn't affect them because they are still earning their money. Nothing has changed. They are still taking money, and the budget is being padded.
Because of time,
I don't believe there's no money. There's money.
I think there are, as I would always say, flip side to everything. So on the side of the government, I agree with Mr. Drojaye. We're not serious really as a country yet. We're not serious. If you check our national budget, every year we'll buy a retinue of SUVs. We're going to build head office buildings for parastatals and MDAs in every budget.
Furniture.
Every year. We'll buy furniture every year. And yet we say there's no money to pay workers. So there is on the side of government the need to tighten the belt. Well, there's too much wastage. Forget the corruption. There's too much wastage, which obviously is driven by corruption, but there's too much wastage. So it's not allowing us to deploy resources where we should deploy them. Now, on the side of labor, they are fighting, they've put themselves in a catch-22. They keep running around in circles, pursuing their tail. How many times, we've gone through this cycle before now, and we'll be back there. Why? They are not asking the right questions, they're not making the right demands. What they should be asking for is a national living wage policy that will ensure that is benchmarked against inflation, that is benchmarked against your national currency exchange rate, so that whatever happens to the economy, whether you are going into recession or you are going out of recession,
to reflect.
Salaries will follow it, so that people can earn an amount that will take them home, as we like saying. And I think that's where Labour is getting it wrong. So you're asking for 45,000 today. What happens in 10 years' time? When inflation would have galloped and would have, that 45,000 would have become minus 10,000. So they're asking the right questions. They're making the wrong demands of government, and they need to rethink. They're not intelligent and ingenious about these things, I'm sorry to say. They need to go back to the drawing board and look at how labor is played in advanced economies.
Okay.
It's not like this.
For me,
10 seconds, we don't have time.
Labour is doing the right thing. They are asking for 50. Frankly, Labour should be asking for 100,000 naira.
Yeah.
They are minimum wage is 18,000 naira. 18,000 naira.
Our time is up. We have to go. Anyways, let's see how this new committee will work, and let's see
They will
how
agree something in between,
what they
and
agree on will better
come
the
back in
lives
3
of
years' time.
Nigerian workers. Thank you so much, Mr. Femi
Thank
Durojai.
you.
I have another message here commending you. Thank you. Thank you, Chief Suwane. Thank you,
much.
Mr. Shegun Sopito.
you.
All right, that's it for today. Thank you for being a part of it. Tomorrow at noon, we'll be back, God willing. Enjoy the rest of your day.